Well, we're about a year into this pandemic, and one of the things from the chamber standpoint that we have missed so much is getting people together to do our business after fives, to do some of the other banquets where we've needed the expertise and the delicious food from Black Angus. And I wanted to bring on Trevor Exner, who's been behind. Goodness, Trevor, good to see you. First off, how long has Black Angus been around for now?
So basically, I had the restaurant for 17 years, and the bakery just celebrated 5 years back in November.
Yeah, and the food is absolutely tremendous. Good to see you anyways, Trevor. And I wanted to ask, after all these years in that, is there one thing that you have at the bakery that is still one of your favorites? That's a real specialty for Black Angus.
One thing is our family recipes. So like our bread pudding, our rice pudding, lasagnas, things like that. It's like all the comfort food that pretty much is just kind of. It reminds me of my grandparents, like when I was growing up, and that's kind of what we've always wanted to keep is that home cooking, home baking atmosphere that we bring with the bakery, and that's that's what we just love and enjoy.
Yeah, I'll second you on the lasagna because it is absolutely fantastic. Let's talk a bit about the bakery, which is still open. So we want to tell folks on Erie Street, just past the tracks there. Um, People are still coming in and enjoying the food and everything that you've got at Black Angus, correct?
Yes. So we're still open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday, we're open from 10 to 2. And we still do deliveries like we did before the pandemic. So I deliver free in Stratford for people. It doesn't matter if it's cakes, if it's meals, if it's bread, if it's whatever. We can help people out. We do the deliveries for them so they don't have to worry about going out and about during the pandemic so they can stay safe.
Well, you've probably answered my next question. I was going to ask about the food truck because I have seen the food truck out. So you are still making deliveries. That's good to hear.
Absolutely. Yeah, we aren't doing as much with the factories these days for our catering, but yeah, we're still catering, like taking like the meals and that to people that basically they don't want to go to the grocery stores because they're afraid of the large crowds and things like that. So they can have the home cooked meals with us, and then I deliver it to them. And we even deliver it to people hot if they wanted to. But what we really specialize in is everything in microwave containers, or they can pop it right in the oven and reheat the meals so that they don't have to go through the labor of putting together the meals for one or two people in the
Yeah.
home.
We're approaching the first year of the pandemic. What are the challenges been like for somebody for a small business owner like yourself, Trevor?
Well, our biggest thing is a large portion of our business was catering. So that was kind of difficult because all the weddings and things that we had booked last year that went and switched over to this year. And then we had the weddings that were already booked for this year. So trying to put 2 years into one, and now where people are still uncertain on what's going to happen this year, it's just a case of it's almost like panic where what are we going to do? When are we going to be able to get married? We want to get married. We want to have an event, but should we have a small event and then have a larger event later on? All these things. And it's just the uncertainty, which makes it really difficult to try to plan and try to book because I don't like to double book myself for events. But these days it's hard because you never know when all of a sudden someone will cancel due to COVID. And it's like, I totally understand. And it's a case of we never penalize people for canceling and rebooking just because I figure having a customer long term is better than just basically having a person for a one time shot. Like we've done for people, we've done their weddings, we've done anniversaries, we've done the kids' birthdays, we've done baptisms, communions, confirmations. So I kind of like being people's family caterer where we take care of the family events. We get to know the family's dietary needs and all of this stuff. So it's one of those things now with the pandemic where we just have to kind of continuously pivot to kind of keep moving forward. And then as things get better, then we can kind of regroup then and move forward. But in the meantime, we're just trying to do like a holding pattern to keep things going.
Are there more challenges with a company like a bakery because you really don't know how much you can make because a lot of it is going to be perishable?
Yes, it's one of those that we kind of, it's like all of our history that we've had on what we'll sell on certain days and certain seasons and things like that are kind of out the window, because now it just doesn't matter. For example, it's like hot cross buns. So when I first bought the bakery, I thought hot cross buns. Okay, well, when I was selling bread with Weston's, it was a case of Christmas to Easter was hot cross buns. Then people after Easter were saying, we still want hot cross buns. We still want hot cross buns. So then we kept making hot cross buns, and it kind of goes back to the comfort food. But like you say, it's really difficult to try to figure out when someone walks through that door, do they want six? Do they want a dozen? Do they want 2 dozen? It's a real gamble. So with us making things from scratch, it's easier for us when it's like all of a sudden we see we're going to need more, we just make more and then keep the ball rolling that way. And also when people make orders and things like that, then we have a better idea too. So then we always say to people, it's like make your order and you won't be disappointed if we run out just before you get there. We've already had cases where people are standing in line waiting for something they saw when they walked in, and then all of a sudden by the time they hit the till, it's a case of it's gone. And with only 4 people allowed in the bakery right now, it's one of those things that's really disappointing, but you don't want to end up having a rugby match in the bakery just so that people get exactly what they came in
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, well, you've got great stuff, and the testament is the customers that come in regularly. So before we let you go, how can we order? Can we do it online, or just pick up the phone and give you a call, or just drop into the bakery?
You can drop into the bakery order that way. You can email me at exner@execulink.com. You can phone the bakery at 519-273-2253. You can go on our website page at blackangusbakery.ca. You can go on our Facebook page. You can go on our Twitter account. Yeah, pretty much we're in with all the social media. Another thing that works really well for us too is when things come hot out of the oven, I take a picture of it and I say, here you go, hot out of the oven. And surprisingly enough, it's like those items sell really quickly because people are like, oh, I saw that you have this. And it's like, wait a minute. Yeah, I just posted it. Yeah, because somebody's basically watching it saying, I want it. It's still hot. Go
Yeah.
fetch. And they
If a
come and
pit,
fetch.
Trevor Exner from Black Angus joining us today on What's Happening on Whiteman TV.